Alright. Testing. Why is that so loud? Ooh. Testing. Oh, okay. Hello, beautiful fellow human beings, I think. Hello? 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 If I talk over here, does it pick it up? If I talk over here. Alright, sweet. Sorry about that. But, anywho, finally got some Jolly Gouache paint. The Hemi set, been seeing them everywhere, which, like, started seeing it a few years ago. Is there, like, a copyright date or something? I don't know. But started seeing them a few years ago, and they looked buttery and rich and super vibrant. And one thing I have a hard time with is not so much choosing colors, but getting the colors to look as vibrant as either they look in the tube or on the palette. And watercolors is, oh, I should say, without doing layer after layer. And the watercolors, great, but hard to control. I mean, don't really want to. They're super vibrant as is. Really nice. And this is 16 bucks on Amazon right now. And had it for years. And it's still going strong. Yeah. A terrible amount. Mainly to color in little doodles, but I want to do larger pieces. It's very nice. And this was 24, I believe. And ooh, nice. That was I for some reason pictured this as kind of like a plastic shell. Hey, so should be like over here, but fixing to tie some flies here in a second. Just wanted to open this up, get her ready. So perfect little size, 12 grams of color and 48 colors. They also have larger cups and larger sets and smaller sets. I think it goes up to 112 or 100 something, but really nice. So, and tons of colors pre-mixed, so you don't have to really focus too heavy on that, because I really want to make some vibrant, like, doodles, or colored in doodles rather, because I really don't know how to draw. I just really like doing so. And so I call them doodles, and would really like to start doodling the stuff under Blue Heron. Some nice brushes, nice sturdy looking brushes. There's some wicked packaging also. For a simple plastic package, I'm definitely going to cut the top off and use it for feathers. So let's do that. Well, I'll cut it before the crinkle, because a plastic sleeve comes in handy. My dad actually grabbed me a bunch of umbrella bags from the hospital, and I've been using those for feathers. I cut them down. So it's like not as long, but that'll be ideal. This little bit feather to keep it nice. And yeah, ooh, hey, no complaints. I did see that their sketchbooks didn't have the best reviews, but I'm wondering if people realize that the papers are sealed together, so it doesn't crinkle. That's like the crinkle proof and the crinkle proof. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Hey Carlos, how you been? Ancient Carbon Maps, how you been? Hope all is well. I'm gonna see if you deleted a message. Oh. Mumbai, very cool. Hey Ron. Yeah, I'm really stoked on these paints, man. And that's wicked. I just saw the notification pop up. Think I saw illustration. I was wondering if you've ever tinkered with pixels before. Pixel art. Code's game, or I don't know what to call it, like the social network, or Code's like interactive codescape. Kento. I'm not the best, like drawing wise to begin with, but have some fun with pixels, and all the pieces are in Kento. So if you ever dabble with pixels, or anyone does, I think it'd be really sick to get a fly tying table, a little dock, a few different docks, and more food. But it's a world builder also, so objects. The software that I used was Sprite, but Pixel art.com, Pixil, spelled a little different. That was lovely for it. So shoot, I poured this plainly. I planned this poorly, but because I just realized I could probably use the paint that's going to be on the lids to make a palette. Ooh. I could just open them like this if I'm careful. Oh, that's nice. And the color combinations are perfect, like the colors that they chose. See, this color looks a little strange, perhaps maybe like avocado blended with too much mayonnaise, but together, like, and when because I want to make it as vibrant and bright as possible, start making gifts and stuff for the walls here and there. So I'll put it on that wood, make a nice colorful spot of paint. Hi. There's like this coral that's really nice. And you know how like fish are like have that really refracty, iridescent, every color refracting, tons of texture. I really want to try to depict that in some way, especially to make some pieces for my parents' house for my dad. How's the weather in Mumbai? Mumbai blog 2.4. It's really cool. Hey, Squirrely Outdoors. Hey, that was you. Very cool. Sometimes it's hard to connect people sometimes. And ooh, wow, that's nice. That looks edible. But no, that was very. My parents actually really liked it too. My mom said that. There you go. Because every time I come here, I always bring whatever craft I'm working on at that time. So they know how to appreciate a mobile setup. But Oh, I have it. I was just gonna say I wish I could pull it up, but I do have it on this phone. Ooh, wow. It's just like very, very useful colors, like colors you don't have to mix. And very aquatic friendly. Because there's a few pictures of like sea turtles that even if I can't get it realistic, even proportionate wise, trying to make like a bunch of marks, just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just real stoked to play with color, and for some reason, getting color on a paper is one of the hardest things for me to do. Like, going to draw something, the first mark takes me forever, and because I don't know how to draw, so I just kind of doodle whatever appears kind of style, and like I couldn't draw the same thing twice. I did start trying to pick up on like the proportions and stuff, but check this out. I was gonna ask too, is that Velcro at the top? I hope you don't mind showing this one. It's solidified. I'm actually pretty internet illiterate. Only the last few years kind of started using like I didn't have an Instagram for the longest time. I mean the last few years, yeah, because had a phone. Went 5 years without a phone once. Got stolen out of my bike basket. That is a party waiting to happen. I was wondering if that was Velcro, because the first thing I thought was like Velcro, and then it registered that that's what that might be. But and Code is a programmer, and he is known to appreciate an LED light and like really dug it, because right now especially trying to come up with mobile setups for everything, and gonna convert to this back room here, which is, oh gosh, it's like 200 square feet or something, small, and bare minimum. I found this thing, it's like a Ouchie Gohan. Kenti Cooks here on YouTube, and I'm sure other places. Keyynty Cooks. I don't know actually. Makes really delicious things. So I'm thinking just that, just the oil drum with the Girl Grate, and ooh, oh, I already got paint everywhere. Trying to get all these open so I could go ham later tonight. And wow, just the colors are so nice. Ochre. And when they dry out, because as you can see, they're like pudding cups. When they dry out, you just spray water on them. And I really want to try to draw a fish. And my dad scored a ton of screen printing material. So I'm thinking of trying to do those fish prints with it. I know you could use just about anything, but I could use, it's screen printing ink, so I could do it onto shirts. Yeah. I think that'd be really sick. Maybe we could sit at the pier and offer to make people a shirt. I really want to sit on the pier and do something. Like offer some form of service. Ooh. And also I wanted to ask too, if anybody does any form of shop work, like carpentry, anywhere where there's dust. I'm trying to collect like stuff like that from different industries to put in these earrings again. And I never did come across wood, but Ooh, or countertops. Like that, like, because to ground up, sprinkled in resin, it looks really cool. And I don't know if you can really see. Well, yeah, you can. But see all those metal shavings? Those BDS fabrication here in Lake Worth Beach. I gotta link that. Doesn't that look great? I threw some crystals and stuff in there, sure, but it looks so cool. And those like triangles of steel, I guess, or aluminum. I don't know. Really nice. And have loads of molds. But I think it'd be really cool to do like plastic, wood, steel type of code. These paints are incredible. Oh, the red. Those are nice. Because even stippling or anything, like something cathartic that's like you're confronted with a bunch of colors, because that has to have some psychological gold in there somewhere. You know, inspire thyself. Because, that news, I just, I'm ready to, like, start, get back outside again. The spring is here, and, it's another thing. So check this out. Du Bois, there's a little island. So Du Bois in Jupiter, in Jupiter Inlet, like, oh, before I forget, check these out. My dad and I are gonna bring them to Phipps, I think. It's a beach that I could fish from, and minimal sand, so minimal walking through sand, because he's got like shattered discs in his spine. Fishing rod holders from, gosh, has to be like 60s to 80s, 80s probably. I don't know. And really lighter than a piece of PVC pipe. So that was neat. And can I bring those? Got plenty of chairs, so I really want to focus on shoreline. And zeroing in on a tent. I flew a few kites. I mean, kite. I can only find them for. So I'm trying to find like a used one, because it's really windy. I've been trying to pay attention to where the wind is blowing every time I've been down there, because it would be really nice to get down there, and I hate to say it, but I grew up in the way that people did that was balloons. This is stuck. Real good. Huh. Well, that's going nowhere. So I'll just leave it there and open it. This is really exciting. Vibrance. Where the hell am I gonna get the others? Oh crap. They're fitted in like one of those puzzles that you have to move all the pieces together. There. A little difficult, the case. I wish they put like a hair space in between. Oh, yeah. And the thing that's cool with these is that they're opaque. There's a ton of different ways to work with them too. And a good way to see that is really going to just the reviews on Amazon and seeing what people post, because a lot of people post what they drew with it. What is in there though? My hands are covered in paint now, and I didn't even draw nothing. God, wish I thought about this. Just take, ooh. Okay, I see what happened. Oh no, never mind. It's like putting them in kind of one after, switching up like one, and then putting the others, so it's not like you have to remove all of them to unlock the interlocked cups. God, the beautiful colors though. Ooh. Okay. Really, really, really green. And like each color is almost like a supply in itself. Especially not having to mix any, because it's really hard without experience to know how much to mix of something. Hair on my face. Very nice green. Very muted olive green. This will be accessible. And I'll put a long sleeve work shirt on, because then you can go extra wild. Oh yeah, I love that type of, it's like ultramarine. And like sky blue almost. I mean, sky blue. Oh gosh. Ooh. I like how the color combinations, oh, I did that thing where I didn't interlock it. I'll try to remember on this one. This is probably my favorite. When I was a kid, my favorite color combination was like pink and purple. This girl in middle school always had pink and purple stuff, and it was always really nice combination. Kind of reminds me of unicorns, or like ballerina themed bedrooms. When I was a kid, I was really into the idea of ballet, but there wasn't a lot of spots locally. I really wish I could show you all the lake behind the YMCA, but I looked it up, and it is now an office building, and the entire back area is completely removed. It was a lake with a big old tree that fell in it, so you can walk all the way out. Completely overgrown, with Australian pine and a bunch of other stuff. Oops. I trailed some into that. But this stuff seems to do a lot of the work for you, as in delicious spread of buttery pigments and mixing palette. And they mix really well. I wish it had a little paper thing, but I could cut one out. And trying to think. I should just take all. Well, that's for another time. I just wanted to open them because they came in the mail like 2 seconds ago, and fixing to try to paint some stuff tonight, and we're gonna do it here because I've heard nothing but good things about these, and 90% sure Run meant he had these paints. Might have meant this, but I think he meant the jelly gouache. So really stoked on that. And I think it's going to be paired perfectly with these, because... Hey, Stuart, how you doing? Got some, hopefully some doodles going to be colored in. Hey! Beautiful, delicious spread. Oh, I forgot to make it. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and yes. I did not succeed in removing all the paint from my hands, but that's okay. Just give some swats. It's really, really dark in here. And did not turn on the light for some reason. So anywho, I did go and pick up some of those eyes, or jig heads rather, and reason being is I can't find any that, so alright, this bar here, when I try tying on it, it's just a little too bulky, and I just don't have much experience, obviously, but I just can't seem to get it to lay right. I did cut the barb off of one, and, you know, cut like butter. Excuse me. But found these thumper shrimps, and 3 of them were $6, so I gotta find some bulk to, you know, practice on, but wanted to give painting them a go. I got some model paint, and a few other things. And did it settle again? Gosh, I sat on the couch yesterday and fell right asleep again. But got the cart, so all ready to do something. And Tuesday, gonna go to Lake Osborne. I really should have checked the phone to make sure it would work, but the what? But the chemotherapy place is right across the street from the lake, so the gonna get dropped off there while they're doing the chemo. I usually go. It's 4 hours, and you know, kind of enter like a meditative state. So this next gonna go to the lake. So these are super slim. Might have to run over there real quick. I hear my dad up. So this is what I was meaning. I just don't know what they're called. So I'm not sure what they're called, if it's just bear there. Oh, but Case Fits, how are you doing today? Very nice. Very nice. I've never seen something so shiny. I wonder what the metal is. I didn't really think about that. It says it causes cancer, so it must be lead. Maybe it's a mixture. Is zinc heavy? Zinc melts really easy, and I was wondering if that, I haven't tried hammering it, I don't think. Please do excuse. Alright. So there's a few. I wanted to just test on a smaller one. Oh, my brush. And code, I'm not sure if you're here, but there's the rest of that Dreamcatcher kit. And it had a few of these things in it. And these are little cord end crimps. And that's what you would put like a suede cord or a ribbon in. They come in all shapes and sizes, and they come with teeth also, but for scraps, I mean, this isn't necessarily scrap, but I could make loads of. I'm really excited for the scrap fur and stuff, especially the stuff that I pull out. I can't help but that's essentially a tassel, and it's usually quite vibrant, especially the bucktail. Like, Christ, that is intense. And even one fiber is just so noticeable from afar. So, like, kind of scrap earrings I think would be really neat. But I just want to see how this stuff does. I don't really want to file lead, so I'm not going to do that. And I have these little disposable makeup brushes. I'm not sure if they're going to pick up paint very well. And I'm not sure if you should, like, paint like at first with something. Oh, painting it white probably would have been a good idea. Oops. It's stuck in my finger. But I have mica. So, ooh, tons. I'm not spelling that. so maybe definitely gonna take a few coats. Model paint. Really nice color though. I kind of like it as is. Let me wipe that off. Get that eye kind of different. Q-tip. Oh. I need to make one of those spinny things. Code could help pick out like the motor, I guess it would be. To make one of those drying wheels. Just trying to pick up any of these like loose globs. Alright. Should have had that ready. Excuse me. But I think it's kind of a neat color. But I want to see. I might have to grab or sacrifice a paintbrush to might grab some yellow. Maybe I'll try. I'm not sure what color. I might as well just use that. Oops. Sorry if that was loud. But maybe this will stick on paint that do not breathe. So I should move the camera. So I didn't put too much thought into this, I suppose. Nail artists make this stuff look so easy. Like using one of these. And I got one or two things really nice. But I think oh yeah, resin, but not fully cured. And then used one of these makeup brushes to dab kind of like a gradation or a gradient of mica. Looks really trying to... And then I could paint over this. I'm gonna blow it off outside. Ooh. Hey. Yes. I think, right? Ooh. Using that for Christmas time. This skirt sucks. It's really hard to walk in. You don't really notice that until you turn a camera on. You can't really see the shine, but it's really nice looking. So, alright, I'm gonna put this in the vise here, because I switched back to my original vise and let that dry. Crazy light. So, ow. I do want to tie a few permit plies because that's where I'll be, and I just really don't know where to start. And I did start, I want to add more bucktails. I'm trying to make little like darty bait fish, but this is just table scrap stuff, fur that fell out. I put it together, but I didn't finish it because it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't doing what I envisioned. It's hard to get the, like a way you picture into the anyway. Hey Jimmy Adventures, how you doing today? Adam Bomb, how you been? Hope y'all's day is golden. Trying to give a go at paint. I don't have any white paint, so I'm trying to figure out a solution for that now. Or maybe just forgetting this and using... See, I read like hit or miss things on using nail polish, because I know Sally Hansen's is a kind of a staple. However, the smells just... It's one of my least favorite smells for some reason. And I remedy this like when I use it for coloring stuff, because sometimes it's the easiest to go and like the easiest thing to get locally in any color. And I'll just put a coat of resin on it, and it does completely seal. But or throw it in the sun. There's a few things, but this I could not skip up. Oh, look at that. That's nice. See the UV react, like UV, like yeah. I think. Yeah. Well, what happens if it like cured in UV, right? No, probably not. I think that's a very specific thing, but really, really nice. And Sally Hansen's extreme wear, so figured. Yeah, figured indeed, Jimmy Art Adventures, the fish should definitely enjoy that. It looks so scaly. And there was another one, but it was like thick glitter, like instant scales, and emerald, and they had other colors, but they were sold out. And I totally forgot to go back. I think it was for Christmas. But instant scales, and it wasn't like nail polish where there's like glitter floating around in it. It was just like one layer of that. It's gonna be full. It was all different size glitters, which I really need to figure out how to dye UV resin. I used to make a lot of UV resin jewelry, but kind of took a break because I was making a little too much of it in enclosed spaces, and that was just not good. I've learned my lesson a few times to not. It's probably fine through crafts. So I don't know how to write this super shiny one. I guess figure out what color to use. I was fixing to make like a, I forgot what it's called. Dang it, it's on that phone. If anybody has any pattern recommendations as far as warm water, in between freshwater and saltwater here in Southeast Florida, and there's a few other types of things I want to try to tie. Oops. Disaster prone. I put them somewhere. Sabiki is one of them too. These, I know they're $2, but it would just be like quite special to make, I guess. Just a few questions on the best route to that, like the knots. Where is it? So permit rig. Also, I want to thank Walter real quick. Walter has been clearing out a family member's house that passed away, rest in paradise. And came across 3 of these old Plano tackle boxes and gave Coach one, me one, and then we're gonna load his up. So, Walter, if you see this is what you should probably start with here in Southeast Florida, because especially at Blue Heron, these are addictive. I grew up fishing, but not like just I really liked catching bait, alright? These guys are a blast. I can't wait to make them. I've made a few little hooks that I plan on like just making a ton of to string together, but I don't know, I just haven't strung it together yet. And you don't need to put anything on them. However, if you want to put little, like tiny little squares of squid, like cut a strip, tiny little squares, the thing will be loaded. And starting to get larger hooks, because the last time caught endless butterfish, I believe they were calling it. So somebody called it a croaker, but it wasn't. Like, not what I know as a croaker, but butterfish. And it looked really, to be honest, buttery and fatty and delicious. And there's a few Vietnamese guys, and they're like, if you don't want it, we'll take it. I was like, heck yes. Is it good? Because like I would totally like give him that one, and like if I caught another one, gave it a go. Because anyway, yeah, but he told me that Americans don't like it. I don't know what to say to this. It's just like, anyway, long story short, caught him like 7 of them, 6 or 7, but haven't seen one since. And it's also you catch a lot of things on it, and comes in all different variations, and all these are from Tuppence. There might be a few from like I mean, or there might be one from, shoot, Juno Pier. But little shrimpies. Just little crystal flash things with the fish skin. And I don't know what this stuff, this glue, this adhesive is. I've been wanting to know that for a while. It almost feels like the top of matchsticks. Like a matte kind of gritty texture. And maybe that's the grip onto the material. I don't know. I always liked it though, because a lot of the jewelry I made, I just liked making jewelry and stuff. And I was addicted to Project Runway, but that was like the time that we were bankrupt. And my dad does irrigation installations, but so really, really average household. Materials like craft materials were also not very available. And Walmart had a wicked fabric and craft section though back in the day, but neither here nor there. It was, yeah, I used a lot of tools and washers and that kind of thing, and tackle, especially the bead chain. Everything from craft stores would rust, but the stuff from like hardware stores and tackle shops wouldn't. And copper still to this day. Like, well, these flowers are from a dress that was absolutely torn to shreds. I took all the beads off of it, and seed beads. And I just string random beads on to put some use to it. And then the rhinestone in the center is from like, gosh, the 70s? From another dress. And then the is salvaged copper, peacock curl, and just some salvaged stones from old broken jewelry. Hey, Global! Pretty good. Pretty good. Starting to be able to eat a little better. And, like, if he does it low and slow, no exclamations of agony. So that's really good. And it's able to lay in the radiation machine a lot easier. But before, it was like actively growing like faster than his hair, and it was pushing out. But since it's like halted and gonna be starting to break up, it doesn't look as like flexed or strained, like if you see the mummy, the scarabs. That scene freaked me out when I was a kid. One of my favorite movies as a kid. And very few favorite movies. And it was Tomb Raider because obvious reasons. Indiana Jones and the Mummy. I had a lot of interest. I'm just kidding. But any archaeology themed movie to this day, any movie where people are running around with like khakis and white button down shirts. Gosh, I have to come on early. But my dad's just kind of feeling some rare excitement. And the craziest last few days though, his friend that's here all the time fixed the AC, and is actually the reason that I have internet, like full-scale internet, very affordably, because having to have it put in, oh my god, it would be like over $100 a month probably, because not cheap. But like one of his close friends has put him on the plan, so like wouldn't have even been able to make appointments. It's like a dead zone. I don't know why this turned into a rambling this stream. Jeez. But, long story short, he just had a stroke. And absolutely mind blown. So, within the next week, gonna go over. I offered to trim their dog's nails and give him a bath. It's a small dog. And, Coda actually got one of those nail trimming hammocks for his dog, but they're too heavy for it. So I'm gonna see if I can use that. But really intense. And I can't close one of his eyes. I told him he should get a humidifier and an eye patch. Or I'll keep it from getting gritty. So, I wish I could find them. Oh, maybe they are in here. Yeah, alright, so one of my grandpa's favorite fish to eat is pompano. I'm like, hey, I can make that. And so I found the hooks, live bait hooks. And I'm curious, it might be a dumb question, I don't know. But for something like this, would you still put bait on this? Or is this what you fish? I'll be totally real. There's a lot of lures and a lot of jigs, or rigs rather, that when I see it, I don't know if I can't really conceptualize how it's fished or if bait is involved. Would you still bait this? Please excuse my ignorance. I grew up cutting pieces of squid and I like threading it like one of those ribbon candies, those old school ribbon candies, and so these are made by T&A Jigs, based out of Port St. Lucie. I have to stop drinking carbonated beverages. Oh. Hmm? You don't have to. Here. Yeah, I fell asleep on the couch. I'll be right. Romancing the stone. Oh, hey! That is exactly it. Yeah, pretty much any movie that looks like that, I'm down for. Michael Douglas. I don't know many actors, but I know a lot of their names just because my mom really is really kind of into pop culture, I guess. And I am too, but movies are one I just know names and faces, but and I've seen movies, but like when I watch a movie, I'll be real, I get way too distracted. So, am I really watching it, or did I really see it? I don't know. But not sure where to start on these. All I know is I figured some of the irregular cut bucktail I could probably use, like down here, and not cut. I mean like like that, and I mean, cause this is a blunt cut thing, and pink. The lights are all completely pointed in opposite direction. It's not. So this stuff. And a little thick, but the thread on this is mad thick. There's a few things that I wanted to tie, but I'm really focused on bass. Ooh, Ryan, really appreciate that. I try to take screenshots. Where are we? Oh, down more. But unfortunately, probably take about 100 realistic. Still down? Nuh-uh. This is like pointed all the way to the table. I've been working this low this whole time. Huh. Hopefully this is a little better background. Running out of plain-ish clothes. I just have to have to I think my parents would do really well with the double-decker washing machine. See, they turned half the garage into an insulated apartment. So it's half the size it always was. And my parents are very old school, which, not poking fun or anything, I'm very thankful for that. But my mom uses a clothesline. Oops. But some of the clothes really need the washer, or else they're very itchy, or dryer. So I do my lunch. Alright, I wait a while. Yeah. And I quite like walking, so. And I quite like living in the past, especially now. Like I said, my phone got stolen out of my bike basket, and granted, it was a long time ago, but 5 years of that phone, and I kind of regret it because, gosh, it was really hard selling handmade goods. So this is comprised of 3 things: crystal flash, mystery fiber, and thread. Pompano jig. Found it at Tuppence, and I'm not at all experienced in these. However, my only aim this next forever, is to try new things and as many of them as possible. And by new things, I mean food and ways to fish. I kind of regret not spending my entire life, but you know, can't live in the past. I grew up fishing, but I just don't know why I didn't spend more time out there. Because, to be fair, Florida is a tourist state, meaning there's always like wild amounts of stuff to do. And for a few years, really, really good music scene. And a lot of people know Surfer Blood. Like, they're local. There was one a long time ago, Totem. Really, really like them. And my friend's old band, Viva La Vox, well, my friend's neighbor, but you know what? They're some of my favorite humans I've ever met. They were in like a punk band, kind of circus-themed punk band. And so they had the coolest antiques, coolest instruments. I gotta get something to tie on, because we are about the fishing encyclopedia. Yeah. I should really restart this stream now that I'm actually... I think that's one reason why I don't name the streams anymore, because I never know. I really appreciate that gold one. It's a circle back to that. And I hope your day is golden, as well as like all the rest of them. Excuse me. Alright, so I grabbed some of these. Yeah, cause like they're kind of Oh man, I do. Oh yay! The hair stackers. Cause the ones I cut, I can use later. I wish I could chill a little bit more on streams, but I think I still get just like too excited or something. Cause I'm back here like calm and collected all day, and then I hit live, and then just like. All these fibers are gonna make delicious jewelry, so I'm now even more wary about. Just don't want to toss any. I have an idea for this actually, because it's these rigid fibers, but what happens if I tie. Oh, I'll have to load it with glue. If I tie it in backwards, so it's really rigid, just like pattern. Or just like. Well, no. Well. Because I could do it like this and cut. Do that. Where's the hair stacker? One of these things. Alrighty. And then there's this stuff. The underfluff. Oh, I wish I could stack this. Okay, I'll pull, reestablish, pull. That's crazy. I've never really noticed the little fur. Kind of nice on this. So like maybe this stuff. I do want a few byproduct flies. Like things to make with any like immediate scraps. Well, this stuff is kind of dreamy. Just wish I could get it all even. Okay. Okay, this stuff. Just gotta be a little better at making sure I don't set it down wrong. This under fur might be pretty good for it. It's a hair thinner. I just want to see. I'll do a quick tack. Ooh, I really like the color combination, but and this is just a quickie, little something something with some byproduct. Let me put, because it has these rigid fibers, but I don't really have anything comparable. I do have that EP fiber, but it's not very good. I'm not, well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't been able to put it to use. Real quick, let me just even this up a little bit. Alright, now for some flash. I think I might restart this stream after this because I'm gonna make 2 of them, and that way there isn't a bunch of apologies, but I really had to open that paint. Oh, mommy. Mess it up a little bit. Oh no, okay. That loose strand caught up. Ooh. It's like every aspect of fishing, you cannot lose tension. Gotta keep tension. Well, wait a minute. What is... I just realized also I'd like to add some penetrator. I always get so hung up on that, like one fiber. Alright, let me put these aside. Boom. Dab it in there. Why does this look so different? Oops. Hey. I like it. I really gotta work on these wet finishes, y'all. This, I don't know why I don't like trust mom. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to travel down. I see everyone's hands, like everyone's saying everyone's hands works different. I'm just gonna use some of this. I have not that much left, so we're gonna really make sure I don't knock it over. The brush is not the best, but it soaks in. Kind of really lovely. Like I haven't like ever seen it like have like a nice glossy finish or anything. Or maybe like a little bit, but like waxed almost looking. But it soaks in, like it drinks it. So I was struggling a little bit with the proper cement. But I'm stoked to have one just like that one, but one that is made with the byproducts, because say this is a real good time. Maybe oh, I gotta trim this. Or maybe I make them in a variety of sizes, but I'll trim it. And next one, I'm gonna have to get it around, see, kind of like a shuttlecock. But it'll be fun to throw out there. If there's any pompano, bass, any pattern recommendations, especially jig, because this guy's ready. Well, ready for something else. Oh. Well, that's a little splotchy, but that's okay. We're natural. Very natural, very light. Figure out other stuff. Got the holographic glitter with me now, so that's always very, very refractive. but I'm gonna make another. Oh, I'm doing it the opposite way because I was used to the other one already. I cut a straw. Here it is. Yeah, it kind of helps to hold. Cut a straw lengthwise all the way down. Ooh. So this is just a hair off the hook. So essentially to where that one is. Oh, a little boba one of these. But next one I have to get around rather than, I don't know why I did that. I'm so used to pinching things up, which I don't know if, some things I do totally like arse backwards, and it's just, I don't know, one of those time and experience type of deals, so I'm not rushing through anything. I'm just happy to be here, so that'll be fun. And I can always go back in. I actually will do that. I'll do that, actually. Because the bulk isn't too, or the head isn't too bulky or anything. The other one is more, or larger, so I shouldn't have to worry about that too much here. Mm. Let's see. Alright. Just trying to get the fibers as even as I can, even though I'm cutting it anyway. Yeah, it's a glorious color. sometimes a word will pop into mind and I'll go to ask it. I think that could be dicey. I just wanted that to be like a little bit separated so I didn't clump it too close. Okay. Make sure all bottles of adhesive are closed. I just don't know how to cut off the bucktail gracefully. Oops, meant to trim that. Oops, I wish I went back a little bit more. But I'm gonna retie it right now. No, code, this is actually bucktail. So this probably could find some of the heavier rope, like that proper or polypropylene rope, the kind that's like really plasticky. But I don't. Well, pompano jigs, I always see them have the floaters here. I think they're floaters. Grav's favorite fish to eat, and so would like to learn how to properly target them. And gosh, there's about a million different types of pompano jigs at Tuppence. But I do quite like it. Very stoked on these. So I think what I'm going to do is pop off this stream and start a fresh one to tie it, because it's been longer than I thought peeling those cups open. So I shall return shortly. And as always, if there's any patterns that you can recommend for not only a beginner fly tyer, but a beginner human that has never fished before, a few times here and there, in the lake and canal, but have access to fresh water as well as the coast. So any patterns for each. And shoreline fishing is what I really want to focus on, because then when the water is warm, right there already. Anyway, happy trails. We'll be back in like 20 minutes. I assumed some big and dart hooks would tying on dart hooks. The short shape. Because I've seen like live bait hooks before, and that's what these were called, live bait hooks. And there's these hooks with the eye turned that way, but it's like a question mark or something shape. So oh yeah. I have a few of them, but the hook shape goes like all the way out, and then these have a really nice face, and I'm really excited to try on these. So any like rabbit strip perhaps pattern, rabbit, because I have some colors of rabbit strips that like go good with them, but these things, but not a short shank or anything. So let me look up short shanks so you can see. Tuppence has a great assortment of hooks. Well, they look quite long, but really see that it's all the way around. Like perfect space for a rabbit strip to wrap. Like I've done that one rabbit strip bait fish and just tied 2 of them. So that's the only time I've ever worked with them, and I haven't used as a collar yet. But some of the favorite bait fish flies I see tied, like watching streams and others videos, as the rabbit around the neck, like it keeps that like fatty body shape really nice, stopping and adding to the weight, so like even more castability. But fixing to start at least preparing to schlep this down there. The only thing you need is to find the little pop-up tent, which my dad actually has a really big one, so I'm probably just gonna use that, and it'll fit in there. Cooler, I don't need the basket. That's really just for the seawall. But a little tent, I could probably get a chair, cooler. I'll wear my backpack. So, really, I need to buckle down. But I can't focus at all. And like, forming a thought, what does that even mean? I more than always really appreciate any pattern recommendations. So, on that note, I shall return in like 20 minutes. Oh, octopus hook. Is that what that bullet signifies? Or like at the top of a head? Fish head. Like 1 or 2. And do you, please do excuse my ignorance, but do you bait these or do you just, it's all about the presentation again with these? And like put like a float thing, like wait, but also float so it stays out there and it's like bouncing around. Or like, curious, heck. Turned up eye hook, okay. Okay, rip the knife. Like a little darting thing. Rip tip. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I was overthinking cutting those things off. Cause lettuce, cause like butter. They had these really nice hooks, kind of like this shape, but a thinner wire, and it had a weed guard. I think it was called like Crazy something, and they were really elegant. But definitely gonna grab them back with the next season. I do have a few weedless hooks. I was thinking that weed guard, just hang a weight on it to just keep it hung down and out of the way, and because it's a little loop of wire. And where are the, dang, that's at the at codes. Sitting there thinking, I have a great big tackle box there, but it's like my dad's when I was a kid, so kind of just sits on a shelf and holds all the excess. And oh, hey, I I bought that backpack to keep it as a tackle box so I could just throw it in my bag. To be totally honest, it just became my purse, so I needed a little thing to carry tackle, and I was using this like reusable shopping bag, which no worries there. I have like a goth cat on it or something. I got it from Walter's aunt or great aunt, somebody. I might have just filled that memory in. I don't even know if he mentioned well, anyway, his hypothetical aunt, but now I got a proper tackle box. I pack so light now. Most of this stuff is like comfort stuff, like towels, that kind of thing. But every time I bring a ton of tackle, I never use any of it. I stick to such a which that's gonna change, but I really I don't know, quite simple, especially at the pier, because you know the squid. It doesn't smell too bad. It lingers on your hands a little bit. It doesn't fall off the hook at, as nearly as bad as the shrimp. And the shrimp could get that miracle or whatever the magic string is called that holds the bait onto hooks, but that's like an extra thing. And could also salt the shrimp and they get rubbery so it doesn't fall off the hook. That's um, and a microwave. But squid is it doesn't come off. What is that? Information of the wild man. But anyway, I shall be returning.